Lesson 12, dividing variables with exponents. Here's part 1. Expand. So in box A, g to the third power equals g times g times g. Here's part 2. Expand, divide, and simplify. Then look for the shortcut. Let's go over 3 examples. Box E. N to the fifth divided by n to the third. So let's expand it. N to the fifth means n times n times n times n times n divided by n to the third, which means n times n times n. Now let's simplify. N divided by n equals 1, so we can cancel these out. N divided by n equals 1. N divided by n equals 1. And all we're left with is n times n, or n to the second power, which can also be read as n squared. Here's box F. X to the fifth power divided by x to the fourth power. So let's expand it. X to the fifth power equals x times x times x times x times x divided by x to the fourth power, which is x times x times x times x. X divided by x equals 1, so this cancels out. This cancels, so does this and this. And all we're left with is x to the first power, or simply x. Next is box G. 4 to the fifth power divided by 4 to the third power. So let's expand. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 divided by 4 times 4 times 4. Our answer here is 4 to the second power, which equals 16. Box H. 4 to the fifth power divided by 4 to the fifth power. So let's expand it. 4 to the fifth power means 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 divided by 4 to the fifth power, which means 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. 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 And 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So our final answer here is 1. Now let's look for the shortcut. Go back to box E. Here we had n to the fifth power divided by n to the third power. And notice that they had the same base, so we can use a shortcut. How can we go straight from n to the fifth divided by n to the third equals n to the second power without having to do all this work? And notice that if you just subtract the exponents, you'll get the answer. 5 minus 3 equals 2. So our answer is n to the second power. Let's try that with box F. X to the fifth divided by x to the fourth. So since they have the same base, we can use a shortcut. 5 minus 4 equals 1. So our answer is x to the first power, which is the same as x. Let's move on to part 3. Simplify without expanding. Keep the base, then subtract the exponents. Let's go over a few examples. Go to box I. A to the eighth power divided by a to the third power. So keep the base and subtract the exponents. Our answer will be a to the fifth power. Box J. B to the fifth divided by b to the second equals b to the third. Here's box K. P to the fifth divided by p. And this p here can also be written as p to the first power. So our answer here will be p to the fourth power. Here's a very important problem, box L. Here we have 4 to the fifth power divided by 4 to the fifth power. And notice it's the exact same problem that we have here in box H. So let's keep the base and subtract the exponents, and we have 4 to the 0 power. Also notice this. Remember that a number divided by itself equals 1, just like you saw here. So this helps show that a base raised to the 0 power equals 1. Two more examples, box M. D to the 5th power divided by E to the 3rd power. And notice that they don't have the same base, so we can't use the shortcut. Let's just write the problem again as D to the 5th divided by E to the 3rd. And this is already in simplest form. Last one, box N. 5 to the 100th power divided by 5 to the 98th power. Keep the base and then subtract the exponents. This gives us 5 to the 2nd power, which we know is 25.